Welcome to the Mastering Your Mind channel. I'm Joanna Kleinman, psychotherapist, empowerment coach, best-selling author, and creator of the M.I.N.D Method. Whether you're here for the first time or you've been on this journey with me for a while, thank you so much for being here. Together, we're building lives where we can feel whole, aligned, and at peace with who we are, no matter what's happening around us. So today, we're going to dive into the transformative power of gratitude and self-compassion. These two practices are not just tools, they're foundations for living a life that feels aligned with your authentic self. So we're going to explore how they can reshape your relationship with yourself and the world. So self-compassion has really shaped me into the woman that I am today. I am now somebody who has learned to welcome every old version of myself back into my heart, from the hopeful young adult who didn't yet realize that she was so disconnected to herself, to the overstressed mom who was trying to do it all, to the entrepreneur with a big vision but no clear path. Each version of me had a role to play. So for years, I judged those past versions of myself, but self-compassion taught me to honor them. And gratitude helped me see that they all served a purpose. And I don't need to go back and rewrite the story of my life to love who I am today, because every chapter, especially the messy and the painful ones, is exactly what brought me here. So our minds are on what is known as a default operating system. So your mind may be telling you stories like, I can't forgive myself, or I can't forgive that person, or I am stuck in this relationship, or I am stuck in this career, or I can't get rid of this habit that's hurting me, or worse, I can't show my vulnerabilities and my insecurities to anybody. So these stories that you are mistaking as truths come from your automatic mind. That is your inner critic self. So self-compassion is essential here because it invites you to see those parts of yourself with love instead of judgment. Now, if we don't see those parts of ourselves with love, then the universe will often deliver the same lessons repeatedly until we wake up to what life is trying to teach us. Okay, so if life feels like it's smacking you in the face, that might be why. Because when we resist change, we stay stuck in patterns that are driven by fear or by shame. Now, when we embrace self-compassion and gratitude, we shift into a new way of being because we soothe our nervous systems. And that enables us to calm our fears and anxieties and open ourselves up to trusting life's unfolding instead of needing to script and predict and control life's unfolding. So when we talk about shame, many people don't even know that they're carrying shame, especially high achievers. So sometimes shame is more like a whisper. It actually hides behind confidence and ambition and drive. And it shows up as second guessing ourselves, or feeling guilty, or feeling exhausted from striving or trying to be perfect. So shame thrives in secrecy and judgment. And it feeds on the belief that we need to hide or fix those parts of ourselves and that we are different and separate from other people. Now, you can't outperform shame. You can't out-succeed it. The only way to transform it is through self-compassion and gratitude. So gratitude is really a spiritual practice. It's not about these big sweeping gestures. It's actually about finding joy in the small, quiet moments, right? Like standing outside and just letting the sun hit your face, or listening to the sound of rain or leaves rustling in the wind, or looking into your dog's eyes. So these moments anchor us in the present moment, and they remind us that there really is abundance all around us and that we've got a lot to be grateful for. So when we combine this with self-compassion, this is what transforms our shame into self-love, and that's freedom. So we are living in some pretty extraordinary times, okay? The systems that we once relied on are crumbling, and the cracks are everywhere in our government, our education, our healthcare system, the environment, Hollywood, just to name a few. And even our children are feeling this dismantling. But within the dismantling is a profound opportunity. So this global shift can feel really overwhelming, but what if we approached it with trust instead of fear? Because this discomfort that we're feeling, whether we're feeling it individually or collectively, it is the birthplace of growth. So when you connect with your soul and release the stories of your automatic mind, that is how you step into alignment with your authentic selves. So here are some practical practices that can help you start to cultivate gratitude and self-compassion. So the first thing that is most important is that you create stillness. Now, this could be setting an alarm on your phone for a minute, for 5 minutes, for 10 minutes, taking a pause, maybe closing your eyes, placing your hand on your heart and breathing deeply and just connecting to your soul. And then number two, when you're connecting to your soul, find gratitude. Notice the small things, right? Notice a smile on somebody's face, right? Throwing a ball in the air to your dog, or a kind word that somebody says to you. Number three is to observe your automatic mind without judgment. See, when that automatic mind speaks, that's your inner critic self. That's your opportunity to simply observe it. Because when you observe it, not try to fix it or change it or silence it, you understand that that voice is actually separate from your true self. Number four is to embrace vulnerability. And that means having honest conversations with yourself and honest conversations with other people. To let your heart lead, to stop hiding the parts of yourself that you think if anybody knew, they would see that you're unworthy. And number five, trust the process. It is so imperative that you surrender control to the parts of your life that you've been trying to control, but you really have no control over. So it's really important to trust that you don't need other people's approval or validation, that all you need is your own, and that you can trust that your next chapter is already being written. And just listening to today's video or to other inspiring videos like this, you can know that you are being led on a journey to step into that new chapter that's waiting for you. You don't need to have it all figured out because none of us do. So healing and transformation are messy, uncomfortable, but it's a process, right? And so the path to creating a life that's aligned with your soul is to practice self-compassion and gratitude, to let go of the need to control, to release those old stories that are no longer serving you, to trust the process of the journey, and to step into the new version of yourself that's already waiting to emerge. You're already doing the work. You're listening to your soul. And by embracing self-compassion and gratitude, you're healing not only yourself, but you're healing everybody whose path you cross. So thank you for being here. Thank you for committing to this journey. Let's continue to grow and heal and awaken together. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and please share this video with someone who needs to hear this message. Thanks for watching, and until next time, take care of yourself and each other.